Hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh Lord, I feel a joy in my soul. I feel a joy in my soul. Hey, tell me how you did feel.
When you went down Jordan this morning.
Tell me how you did feel.
When your sins wash away.
Jordan River, so chilly and cold. It in my body,
but not my soul.
Oh Jordan
River, so chilly and cold. It is my body.
Remember that morning,
my soul.
and
every time I feel the Spirit moving in me, I want to pray.
Hallelujah, Lord.
And every time I feel the Spirit moving in me, I want to pray.
Oh, Jordan River,
so chilly and cold.
Hallelujah, Lord.
My body,
yeah, I saw.
Jordan River, so chilly and cold. It is my body.
And every time, I love this part.
And every time I feel the Spirit moving in me, I want to pray. And every time
I love this
I feel the Spirit moving,
I love this part. Hey, Jordan River, Jordan River. Oh,
it is my body.
I don't know about you, that I fall in love every time I hear that second part.
Jordan River, so chilly and cold. It is my body.
This please, come on.
And every time I feel the Spirit moving in me, I want to pray. And every time
I feel
I feel the Spirit moving in me,
that's what I feel to do, pray. Oh, Jordan River,
so chilly and cold. It is my body.
Oh, Jordan
River, so chilly and cold.
Hallelujah, Lord.
My body.
Yeah. And every time
I feel the Spirit moving in me,
I want to pray.
I feel the Spirit
Hey, Jordan, so chilly and
it is my body, but not my soul. Jordan River, I feel the Spirit moving in me, I want to
hallelujah, hallelujah.
every time I feel the Spirit moving in me, I want to pray.
Jordan River, chilly and cold.
Jordan River, chilly and cold.
Oh, Jordan River, chilly and cold.
Jordan River, chilly and cold.
Oh, Jordan River, chilly and cold. Oh, Jordan River, chilly and cold. Oh, chill my body, not my soul. I wonder if you know that one. Hey, that's an old one. Jordan River, chilly and cold. Oh, Jordan River, chilly and cold. Oh, Jordan River, chilly and cold. Chilly and cold. Chill my body, not my soul. Oh, chill my body, not my soul. Oh, Jordan River, chilly and cold. Oh, Jordan River, chilly and cold. Chill my body, not my soul. Oh, Jordan, Jordan, Jordan River. Can I get some feet? That's foundation. This is where I come from. Oh, Lord. Hey, Jordan River, chilly and cold. Oh, Jordan River, chilly and cold.
What is Apex? It is the pinnacle of high-performance vision through a lens. It's clarity, no matter what angle you look at. It's comfort, no matter what you do all day, every day. And it's customized, with every digital measurement your eyes require to see at their very best. Apex Digital Lenses by Value Optical, the ultimate lens design for your eyes. Value Optical, expert care for your eyes.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 91 Eastern Main Road in St. Augustine. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new with Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
From the moment you first crossed eyes,
It's a girl.
to their very first bowl of cereal, open wide. Going into parenthood means nourishing your little one to reach their fullest potential. With Nestum Nature's Selections infant cereals, give 30% more whole grain with 15 vitamins and minerals, including iron, all with no added sugar. Nature's Selection. Give your baby the best. Nestum, from 6 months onwards.
Playing together, liming together, sharing together. Those moments will be ours again. At First Citizens, we believe that together we can get through these challenging times. Now, we are making it easier for you to get a loan that will help ease your burden. You can ask for longer repayment terms or consolidate your current loan payments into one affordable monthly installment. It's all meant to make it easier on you. Let us start the conversation today. Visit our website or email us at loans@firstcitizenstt.com. We're in this together. First Citizens, we put you first.
Yes, we cooking with gas with Maggie and Carnation. Win 6 months free cooking gas. Just purchase $25 in Maggie and Carnation products for chances to win. 50 winners get free cooking gas refills from Ramco for 6 months. Purchase must include Maggie green seasoning or Maggie pepper sauce. Enter via entry boxes or online. So turn up the heat, add the taste and flavor, and win 6 months free cooking gas with Maggie and Carnation. Follow Maggie Caribbean and Carnation Caribbean on Facebook and Instagram for details and entry form.
Hi, what's up, TNT? This is Wayne Johnson out of Brooklyn, New York. I always wanted to do something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT. Salvation, full and free. Salvation is for everybody. Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifaba Mishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke, and every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Sheet 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Pastor Hannah A. Parbu of Holy Spirit Ministries will be live on the Street 919 FM every first and third Wednesday from 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. In the scripture, Matthew 19, verse 26, the Bible says, "But Jesus looked at them and said to them, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." Pastor Hannah is here to motivate you, challenge you, encourage you to walk in your purpose and destiny God has for you. For prayer and counseling, call Pastor Hannah at 728-5197.
He heals me when I'm broken. His strength where I've been weak. Forever he'll reign.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I could buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arabita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 60 Tools.
Alright, thanks, boss. Nah, man. Ronnie,
Do you have $488 to lend, man?
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the Street 919 FM.
The journey's almost over.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
Well, a pleasant good morning to each and everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Titans of Democracy right here on the Street 919 FM. Let me thank the Heavenly Father for bringing me here safe, sound, and all together in one piece. A pleasant good morning going out to my entire family. Good morning to the lovely Miss Sharon Felix and her entire family, to Mr. Dominic Romain and his entire family. Good morning to you, all our callers, all our listeners, to all of our viewers online. For those of you that are locked on via whatever mechanism that you are, it's always good to have you guys on the inside with us. So let me also say pleasant good morning going on to the management and staff of the Street 919 FM. Good morning to Mr. Iwer George and his entire family. So as we get ready, let me say good morning to Mr. Dominic Romain. Morning to you, my friend. How are you this morning?
Morning. All is well.
Yes, nice. So we're just about to get into the online papers for today, Tuesday, the 21st of September 2021. So, headlines in the Express that wants to play crazy this morning with me. Right, nice. Headlines in the Express. Rejected man runs amok with cutlass, kills 1-year-old girl. Bloody attack on baby. What the hell? Suspended Griffith files for judicial review. These kind of things as we see in these newspapers on a morning. All right, let me get in on the inside and see what's taking place. So, bloody attack on baby. Over 24 years of domestic abuse suffered by a Torradale family culminated in the killing of one of their youngest children, a 1-year-old girl, during a bloody cutlass attack. Suspended Griffith files for judicial review. Suspended Acting Police Commissioner Gary Griffith has taken his dispute with the Police Service Commission, POLSC, one step further to the High Court, claiming, hold on, people's moving a little iffy this morning. Okay. I click one thing and everything gone here, you know. Right. Claiming the commission acted illegally when it ordered him to not return to duty until further notice. Okay. Cops are always warned about bad behavior. Acting Police Commissioner McDonald Jacobs said yesterday police officers are constantly warned about the consequences of perverting the course of justice and engaging, try to get in again, right, and engaging in inappropriate behavior. 2 arrested for protected birds, 8 arrested at bar in Barkpore. 2 men allegedly caught by police with 46 bullfinches in undersized cages were arrested on Friday. Man charged for rape and sexual assault of girl 15. A San Fernando Mason who allegedly raped and sexually assaulted a 15-year-old girl faced the court on Thursday. Marijuana seized in Aranguez, ammo in Arima. Police seized marijuana and marijuana trees during an anti-crime exercise on Sunday. Officers persuade man to step off City Gate roof and into custody. A man was taken into police custody after he was persuaded to come down from the roof of the Route 1 Maxi Taxi hub at City Gate, Port of Spain on Sunday afternoon. From November, all foreign nationals arriving in the U.S. must be fully vaccinated. So these are the stories making way in the Express at this time. Over to the Newsday. Man wounded in Enterprise shooting. Tutor uneasy as face-to-face classes restart in 10 days. Newsday ex-editor-in-chief Jones P. Madeira among UTT honorary graduates. Mr. Madeira. Couva North MP blames Works Ministry for flooding. Okay. Ailing mother of murdered Belmont man must care for grandson. Man pleads guilty to assaulting ex-common law wife after she refused sex. Relatives of murdered Belmont man condemn random killings. Gosh, I was supposed to do something here today, you know. Let's see if it works. Griffith claims conspiracy to hound him out of office. Police, okay, that's the same Haruka man. Funeral on Tuesday for toddler mauled by dog. Belmont man dies after early morning shooting. Port of Spain man shot at in St. Augustine. Cops bus St. Augustine house party, 14 to be charged. Police commissioner misses deadline to lift Commissioner of Police's suspension. Unions want consultation with businesses, government on COVID-19. All right, just let me see. All right. Hey, I'm only trying to multitask here. Oh gosh. Right. Nice. Okay. MSJ Commissioner's appointment must not be politicized. Acting Commissioner of Police Jacob in a quandary over appointment. George, Commission botched appointment of a Commissioner of Police. And these are the stories making way in the news day. So quickly over to The Guardian. Headlines in The Guardian. Baby chopped to death. I don't know why they should just lost you in jail with the murder of this child. So getting in on the inside. Kamala calls on PSC board to resign. Police Service Commission have some shame. Resign now and let new people deal with the appointment of Police Commissioner. Papayo. Met Office records TNT's hottest day so far this year. Dominic, where was for that heat, boy?
In AC wholly.
Some of us are not so fortunate. I baked yesterday. Oh gosh. Hines reminds forensic science staff of role in improving detection rate. See. Medics allay fears as women report menstrual irregularities after COVID vaccination. Couriers warn of Christmas shipping delays. Panday, uniting people is true patriotism. SWRHA denies patients visitors exposed to risk from COVID patient in San Fernando General Hospital ward. Baby's grandmother on fatal attack. Suspect just fly out with a blade. Dialsing, Delta variant among population. Mom daughter terrorized before being killed. Couva Chamber asks government to show some leniency to business sector. Duke wants independent observers for THA elections. Really? Another cop dies from COVID. 75 families affected as Piparo Bridge caves. And 8 held at Barpaw Bar. PH driver held for urinating near president's private home. Wow. Guys, and those are the stories making way in the Guardian, the Express, and the Newsday at this time. So, Dominic, I hand it over to you.
Time 6:30. Yes, boss. echo.
I don't know if it is, I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Hopefully it sort out. Yes, sir. So, good morning to all, as usual. Morning, Angie.
Angie, morning.
Yes, all of the listeners of the Street 919 FM, our loyal listeners, as they say, that other station that claims to be the number one, the most influential in talk radio. Well, yeah, maybe once upon a time, but anyway. So a lot of stuff taking place, Bruce. As you would have read there just now. You know what the trending story is, but for me, the story of concern is the fact that it's now confirmed that the Delta variant is in the general population. Yeah, something that we've been trying to avoid for the longest while. As the minister said, heaven help us, because we still have a significant portion of the population who are unvaccinated, and a lot of whom choose to remain so. There's nothing we could do about that. So I see where another 50,000 doses of Pfizer has now been released by the government for persons over 18, because I believe they're supposed to expire sometime in November. Yeah. So the minister would have mentioned yesterday that they need to get at least half of those vaccines into the arms of persons by the middle of October, because they need about 2 to 3 weeks before they can administer the second dose.
Right.
Persons are encouraged. Those of you who are still on the fence and who wanted Pfizer, more is available, right? So another 25,000 doses, first doses, and then you have, right. So we'll see how that goes. We have ample example of what is taking place in other parts of the world with respect to that Delta variant. I was just looking at the worldometer, and I'm seeing where in Grenada, three countries I look at daily: Grenada, Jamaica, and Australia. Right? Grenada, who after 17 months had only 161 cases and one death. As of yesterday, they are now at 4,277 cases and 63 deaths. So they too have started to record daily deaths after going 17 months with just one.
This wouldn't have anything to do with the fact Grenada it was Grenada who had the whole jab in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Who decided to defy the wisdom of the authorities.
Right.
That wisdom which would have kept the numbers low for, as I said, 17 months. They've been under state of emergency, I think, since the 21st of December last year. Our state of emergency has been since May, and we are oppressed. And we need to rise up and protest because the government taking away our rights and so on and blah, blah, blah. Boy. It seems people don't understand the difference between temporary inconvenience and oppression. Okay, but the people of Grenada have been under state of emergency since December last year. So I guess somebody needs to send a letter to Keith Mitchell, letting him know that the people of Trinidad would like him to stop oppressing the people of Grenada, because their state of emergency is supposed to end in November, right? Even though their numbers were so low, they were still under state of emergency. But somebody needs to let Keith Mitchell know that state of emergency does not work. You need to end it now. Let the people do what they have to do, free up themselves. Even though they took that upon themselves just a few weeks ago, when they were at 161 and 1, now they're at 4,277 and 63. 8 deaths recorded yesterday. Right? But as the saying goes, who don't hear will feel. Okay, so that's 62 people who died since they decided to have the jab through the street and to tell Keith Mitchell where to put the vaccine. I'm certain that a lot of people now probably regretting that. But hey, hindsight is 2020, right? And then we see in Jamaica, the situation, the numbers continue to rise. They're recording after they had gotten their situation under control from March to May, where they were able to bring their daily numbers down to less than 100, and there were some days when they were recording no deaths. They are now recording daily deaths. Their daily new cases is in the hundreds, between 500 to 800 a day.
Wow.
And notwithstanding the fact that they would have had no movement days, where they were on lockdown for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, can't leave your home for those 3 days, and then their curfew on a Friday. I think Saturday starts at 6 o'clock. Sunday, before they started these no movement days, their Sunday curfew started at 2 p.m. Saturday at 6 p.m. And then for the rest of the week, 7 p.m. to 5. But we oppressed. Our hours weren't like that. But we oppressed, and we need to rise up. As soon as the state of emergency is lifted, we're coming out in mass protest. Well, the Delta is in the general population, right? Well, the numbers look good yesterday, but probably because, weekend people are really going to do much testing. So it will be left to be seen what the numbers are going to look like for the rest of the week. Both in terms of new cases and deaths, because I see while we were heading in the right direction before, in terms of the number of active cases, we had gotten down to about 3,600 and something, and now we've gone back. We started to head in the wrong direction, so we've gone over 4,000 now.
Yesterday we were at 4,000. Well, day before yesterday we were at 4,000. We just come under 4,000 at 3,009 yesterday.
Yeah.
So
and that's because yesterday we recorded 123. But as I said, over the weekend people probably don't really go and test, so it will be left to be seen if from today going forward if we are recording numbers of 200 plus a day, which is not good. Again, Australia, their borders have been locked since March last year. Their borders are still closed, tight, and they have indicated that their borders may not reopen until May, June next year. But after months of no deaths recorded in Australia, and at one point in time there, just about 2 or 3 months ago, or less, their active case count was just under 300. Now it's over 25,000. Why? Because again, people wanted to protest the lockdown, and they came out in their numbers, no masks. One protest alone had over 4,000 people, and they had little protests all over the country. At that time, right, the active case count was about 3,200. Now it's over 25,000, and deaths every day. And people are just not getting it, Bruce. But unfortunately, the casualties. So we see how that goes. I'm not pressuring nobody to do what they don't want to. I don't even talk encouraging. Whatever they want to do.
That is it, right? Because the amount of negative and ignorance you're hearing is like, you want to know, okay, so where you're getting this information that you're trying to pass off as information, as proper information, where you getting it from?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Because the fact is, Bruce, if you go Googling and looking for stuff that you want to support your belief and your narrative, you will find that. But anything that you find that goes contrary to what you want to believe, you're calling it lies, right? That is poisonous. This is that. Look, I'm seeing where yesterday, I think there was some mention about some reports about some women experiencing menstrual issues after taking the vaccine, right? So I'm reading the comments. I jumped to the comments because, So all of a sudden, a whole set of women said, that happened to me, One woman said she hasn't seen her period since March. I think, well, you need to do a pregnancy test because it had no vaccines in March. So I don't know. Yes or no? Yeah. At the rollout, we had very little vaccines in April. So, you need to check yourself. So but then, of course, there are some people who will make light of it. So one woman said that she is 56. She hadn't seen her period in a few years, and then all of a sudden she's seen it. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, so I see the leader of the opposition has finally decided to chime in on the issue involving the acting Commissioner of Police. She calls on the PSC board, Police Service Commission board, to resign. Now, this is the woman. Let me just read a little bit, right? It says, and the quoting Kamala here last night, Police Service Commission have some shame. Resign now and let new people deal with the appointment of a police commissioner. I think leader of the opposition should lead by example. She should resign now and let new people deal with the running of the UNC. Yeah. But that's the call from opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar, who's called for answers on whether the PNM government is working behind the scenes through the independent EBC. Well, they have EBC here. You see, a Freudian slip. The media so get accustomed to them accusing the EBC of all manner of malfeasance. They put EBC in the article where they should be the PSC to get the acting commissioner of police, Gary Griffith, out. All of a sudden, the UNC want to defend Gary Griffith, but when it was time for a letter vote for him, well, I abstained. Anyway, she says, I don't have evidence, but something is very, very wrong. Ain't nothing new there. Well, I never have evidence, but making all kind of allegations. We're still waiting to hear about the vaccines that were stolen from the Cuba hospital. It is clear that there is political interference in this situation regarding an appointment of a commissioner of police, said Persad-Bissessar at last night's UNC forum. But you didn't know about interference when your Attorney General, Anand Ramlogan, said, it's better to have the commissioner of police acting, because they perform better when they're acting. And if James Philbert don't get his act together, he might find his departure from the police service hastened. Yes? Remember that? But she didn't think that was political interference. No. That is only, them things that's only happened under the PNM. It says here, she noted no sooner than National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines spoke on the Commissioner of Police leave issue last Friday, the Police Service Commission immediately sent Griffith suspension of duty notice. Persad-Bissessar also accused the Police Service Commission and President Paula May Weeks of acting unconstitutionally in the issue to the public's detriment. Calling out the PSC members by name, Persad-Bissessar demanded that the PSC send the president a merit list on the acting commissioner of police appointment, since one had to be done for that post as well as for that of the police commissioner. She said it is alleged that the president did get a merit list. And you see, this is the problem I have, right? It is alleged that the president got a merit list in August for the acting commissioner of police post. But Persad-Bissessar asked why the president didn't send the notification to Parliament for approval as needed. Now, clearly, and I'm confused there, and you see, and there's the point I keep making. So you bring the president into the bacchanal, right? You're making allegations. It is alleged that the president got a merit list. You didn't say, yes, the president got one. So you put an allegation out there, and when the members of the illiterati will jump on that, because they like to beat up on the president. Everything the president does, she's who is president, and they're not good to say. I saw a couple of days ago, they did a meme, an empty chair, and say, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the president of Trinidad and Tobago. Level of disrespect. But they are accustomed being disrespectful, right? So you bring the president into the whole melee on an allegation. But if it is, I don't understand. If Parliament was required to ratify the appointment of an acting commissioner, not a substantive, then how is it that Gary Griffith was appointed acting? How is it that McDonald Jacob was appointed acting and they didn't have to come to Parliament? I'm confused. And if that's the case, then it means that both those acting appointments were illegal. So how come UNC didn't talk about that before? McDonald Jacob has been acting as Commissioner of Police for the last how many days or weeks or as the case is. So you didn't see it fit to raise an issue before? So now you're saying that the appointment of an acting commissioner, not substantive, required approval by Parliament. That I am not aware of that is so. I think the PSC has the authority to make that acting appointment until such time as a substantive commissioner is appointed.
Yeah.
You see, and this is the foolishness where the UNC like to put things into the public domain. Misinformation, right? Knowing full well that the members of the electorate will take that and run with it. She says, did the president collude with the PSC chairman, C. Persad? Now we have two acting people and a constitutional crisis has arisen, created by the Bliss C. Persad Commission. Did the PSC act unlawfully in sending that letter of acting appointment? You don't have that authority. Only the House of Representatives cannot prove it. Tell us if you are being given instructions by politicians, and how can the PSC conduct business in such a bizarre way? The PSC must resign now. They have made a mockery and pappy show out of the commission's work and made TNT a laughingstock more than Terence D'Alsing in the Nicki Minaj issue. Prasad Bissessa says she holds no brief for Griffith, who she added seems to think there's a move to get him out. But noting a spate of recent murders, she said one could say what one wanted about Gary Griffith, but he's always out working. So it's go over season for Gary and the TTPS, go over season for citizens and property tax, NGC issues. Right. All right. So, of course, members of the media would have they would have interviewed or sent a letter to the office of the president yesterday seeking comment on the matter, asking whether or not she was concerned. And her communications people would have said, yes, the president is concerned about what is happening, but constitutionally, she cannot get involved in the matter because the PSC is an independent organization. And they did, but then here, Kamala is making it seem as if the president could do something, asking if the president colluded with the head of the PSC. I don't, yes, you see why they had to call us a banana republic? She threw all kind of thing in the mix here to confuse people now. And the members of the literati, as I said, they don't want to hear nothing other than what she says. And if she says so because she is senior counsel, self-appointed, she must know what it is that she's talking about. But you're looking like a fool, because if you are now, so you only last night saw it fit to come out and say that the appointment of an acting commissioner of police was illegal in the way that it was done. Only now? Now, I would agree with her on one thing, that the Police Service Commission needs to take some blame in this matter, because to my mind, they dropped the ball. Because it wasn't known, it wasn't only known a month ago or 2 months ago that Gary Griffith's contract was coming to an end. And therefore, the process or the procedure by which a new commissioner should have been named should have been initiated a long time ago. And if in fact that took place, then the PSC should come out and say, well, look, this is what we did. This was the process, as the case may be. So when did they start to begin or initiate that process for either the extension or the reappointment of Gary Griffith as Commissioner of Police, or to appoint somebody new? In any event, Anand Ramesar has taken the PSC to court and has filed an injunction to stop the appointment of a substantive commissioner. So this whole thing is a whole mess, right? There's a whole bacchanal and a whole mess. Now, there are people who are for Gary Griffith's reappointment, and there are those who are against it. I've seen arguments where some people have made some erstwhile arguments, and there are those who are making it a personal thing, right? Because whatever personal issues they have with Gary Griffith and so on. But the fact of the matter is, there needs to be some level of balance, as far as I see it, Bruce, because there has been some good and there has been some bad. I think from where I sit personally, I think one of the benefits of Gary Griffith being Commissioner of Police is that, he brought a certain nuance to the management of the police, in that when he first came in, he was managing the police through the eyes of citizen Gary, right? So he was taking into consideration some of the complaints and the issues that the average citizen has with the police service. So in light of that, where people are concerned about making reports to the police because they figure all the police in cahoots with criminals, so you don't know who to trust, and therefore people keep any information that they have on crimes to themselves. So he introduced 482 Gary. If you don't want to trust the police, send the information to me and I will do whatever it is I'll act on it, as the case may be, which is unheard of with commissioners of police. And in addition to that, he would have sought to bring some sort of reformation to the police service. Case in point, the issue of the overtime, where citizens, it was brought to the attention of the public that overtime in the police service was $300 million a year. This is just overtime. I mean, talking normal pay. $300 million a year overtime. And Gary Griffith sought to treat with that. I can tell you personally, Bruce, I once saw the bank statement of a police constable, right? Not so long ago. And I was surprised to see this man making over $60,000 a month. A police constable. Overtime. Yeah. And the problem is that a lot of officers who were practically living off of this overtime would have undertaken certain commitments, monthly commitments. And then when Gary Gifford come and mash up the bar, and they making that money again, people under pressure. Because when you want to buy a car and you telling yourself overtime will pay for that, or you buy a house, or you buy whatever it is, how much more money you're minding as the case may be with that money. So you know what they say about men in uniform? I don't know. I hear that, right? Right. So when you are custom pelting money by this house, that house, and the next day you're minding how much money you have to cut down on the number of money you have because Gary cut you overtime money. You're mad, the man mash people. Come on, people vex at that. I tell you. So obviously now he is saying that he's being framed, he's being set up. There are some officers who would like to see him in handcuffs to throw a wrench in his chances of getting back into the commissioner's office. And you can't dismiss that outright. Okay? As I said, the man, I think Gary Griffith owns a private security firm. And so he would have brought a different style into that aspect of the management. So he would have been managing the police service from the perspective of, again, citizen Gary. And I believe that should apply not just to the police service, but every public service institution in this country. Run it like a business, right? In terms of HR, in terms of accounting, how money is being spent. There are other things that he would have done as well, putting things in place with respect to officers, the possibility of officers being held personally accountable when they damage the police vehicles. Because I can't understand how you see brand new vehicles dent up, looking like if they are around for a long time, Bruce.
Yeah.
No regard. The issue with putting GPS on these vehicles so that when officers are supposed to be patrolling in a particular area, and if they go somewhere else to engage in whatever activities, that they have to explain, well, this vehicle, how this end up in this jurisdiction when it was supposed to be so. And I think that's how they had caught some of the officers the other day when the drug dealer who had called to report he was robbed by the police. Tomadan Claxton, Beoku, whatever. And they intercepted the vehicle because when they checked, they say, but this vehicle that's supposed to be on patrol in this area. Yeah.
Dominic, stick up in.
You can't make this thing up.
we go into the break and come back. Lord Father.
Yes, sir.
Guys, we'll be right back. I'm trying to sort out Facebook. I see the video is back and forth, but we are on YouTube, so you can check us out on YouTube at Iwer TV, live broadcast on the Street 919 FM if the Facebook is giving you problems, okay?
Yeah, I was having that problem on Sunday.
I'll check it. So we'll see what's going on. We'll be back.
All right.
Take me out across the night sky. Sorrows won't hold me tonight. But if this town is just an echo, let me take a bite. And they say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do me that way? Why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why does he do me that way? Reaching out to touch a shoulder. Electric eyes are everywhere. See that boy? He knows how much he likes the way I stare. They say, why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does he do me that way? Why? Tell them that it's human nature. Why? Does he do me that way? I like living this way. I like loving this way. That way.
Looking out across the night skies, electric hearts begin to beat. If that girl knows I'm watching, I'm dreaming of the street. They say, why? Tell them that it's human nature.
TTMF Online Customer Service Center. That's where I go now for almost anything I want to do with TTMF. With my computer or smart device, I go online to ttmf-mortgages.com and voila! I can manage payments, request documents, or book an appointment from wherever I am. Convenience at my fingertips. That's TTMF's Online Customer Service Center.
TTMF. From here to home. Life takes us along so many roads. Some are planned, others can take unexpected turns that may cause us to worry. A home equity loan from TTMF can give you the means to navigate these turns that require major financing. With up to 30 years to repay, you can use the value in your home to consolidate debt, finance medical expenses, for tertiary education, home renovation, and other major expenses. Call or visit our website at ttmf-mortgages.com to find out more about our home equity loan. Let us help you steer those financially challenging journeys. TTMF, from here to home.
University already? You remember when she was just starting primary school?
I hope I could remember anything after we have paid all these tuition fees.
Well, at least she's in the door. Let's see how far she'll reach.
So we just hoping that gate stays open.
What else you want us to do, hon?
I want us to make sure she graduates.
Life happens. That's why life insurance is important now. Life Insurance Awareness Month, brought to you by TIFA in conjunction with its member companies. Visit TIFA on Facebook for more info.
Yes, we cooking with gas with Maggie and Carnation. Win 6 months free cooking gas. Just purchase $25 in Maggie and Carnation products for chances to win. 50 winners get free cooking gas refills from Ramco for 6 months. Purchase must include Maggie green seasoning or Maggie pepper sauce. Enter via entry boxes or online. So turn up the heat, add the taste and flavor, and win 6 months free cooking gas with Maggie and Carnation. Follow Maggie Caribbean and Carnation Caribbean on Facebook and Instagram for details and entry form.
Playing together, liming together, sharing together. Those moments will be ours again. At First Citizens, we believe that together we can get through these challenging times. Now, we are making it easier for you to get a loan that will help ease your burden. You can ask for longer repayment terms or consolidate your current loan payments into one affordable monthly installment. It's all meant to make it easier on you. Let us start the conversation today. Visit our website or email us at loans@firstcitizenstt.com. We're in this together. First Citizens, we put you first.
At Health and Wealth Lifestyle, we offer a wide range of services: blood analysis, iridology, acupuncture, foot detox, foot massages, gua sha, hot stone therapy, fire therapy, legs and feet massage therapy, mineral scrubs, acrotherapy, cupping.
We also have a wide variety of supplements: silver, zinc and magnesium, body light, and lots more.
We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle operate our business in a clean, safe, and comfortable environment. We frequently sanitize our compound and abide by all the COVID guidelines that are currently in place.
So come on down to Health and Wealth Lifestyle, where we treat you like family. Book your appointment today. Call us at 1-868-275-8359
or 1-868-288-1108.
And remember, your health is your wealth, and prevention is always better than medication.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko Sangre Grande, is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guest. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sunday Ministry of Worship, Children Hour, and the Word from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, Tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or on Facebook. Email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated at account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
If you're listening, you will be a believer, leaning on the truth that will never fall. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
Len Capital Certificates is a business consultant company that provides a passive income service. Through our partnership perquisites, we allow customers the possibility to earn interest monthly or yearly by purchasing one of our Precious Gems packages. These Precious Gems packages are exclusively available by Len Capital Certificates are as follows: Opal, Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, and Diamond. For more information, call them at 376 Len or 376-5366. Remember, it's all about you.
Sign up and save with Green Dot. When you subscribe to any of our broadband packages, you get 30% off the installation fee, allowing you to stream your favorite shows on any of your devices. Update your social media accounts and connect with friends and family. Stay on top of the class with online learning sessions. Or keep your team in the loop with virtual meetings, all at an affordable price. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 224-G-DOT today to sign up and save with Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Tune into the street 91.9 FM
Every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Showinal Thomas.
The scripture says, "And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in."
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Thomas on the Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
So welcome back. Oh yes. So Dominic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, boy.
Right. Yeah. So I was just making the point before we went to the break. Because I mean yesterday that was the talk of the town. The commissioner would have put out a release. He was interviewed by members of the former whatever he is. Yeah. Right. So it seems at the heart of this whole thing would have been Mr. Griffith's decision to return to active duty about a week before he was supposed to. And I would imagine that he would have had to give consideration to the fact that the person who was acting was given an acting appointment at least until the 20th of September. But with the caveat, or earlier, right? And perhaps it was on that basis that Mr. Griffith would have been under the impression that he could come back out to work before time. Which is another thing that the PSC needs to explain. What is that? The appointment letter that was given to Mr. Jacob that says his acting is until 20th September or earlier. What was the circumstances that could result in earlier? So is it that the commissioner, the substantive acting commissioner, was informed that he could have come back out earlier? Now he would have indicated that he would have advised the Minister of National Security as a matter of courtesy that he was desirous of coming back out, because obviously if Mr. Jacob is holding an appointment letter to act as commissioner of police, and the commissioner just shows up one day and say, well, hey, yeah, what now? I'm back. Mr. Jacob would have been in a bit of a tizzy because he was appointed to act until a particular date. And I imagine that there would need to be some formal procedure if that acting were to come to an end prior to that date, that he would be so informed by letter officially. So it's not just a case that Mr. Griffith could step back in and say, well, I'm back. So, because you can't have two acting commissioners of police. Right now, I heard on the Saturday show, certain people were saying that whole interaction between the acting commissioner who was on leave and the Minister of National Security, that was illegal, that's corruption and so on. There's no corruption there, notwithstanding the fact that Gary Griffith is accountable to the Police Service Commission, and that is the entity that is his direct supervisor. The fact is that Mr. Griffith is contracted to the Ministry of National Security. His contract is with the Ministry of National Security as an agent of the government. And therefore, he must have that type of interaction. He can't just pick up himself and say, I'm going on leave, or say, I'm coming back, because remember, the Minister of National Security is the line minister for the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And it is not left entirely to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service to direct how national security strategy rolls out in the country. So if the minister has something that he thinks is a plan, or the cabinet or the National Security Council, as the case may be, has certain things that they want put in place that would involve ostensibly the Commissioner of Police and by extension Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, they need to know that they could call on the commissioner. So he would obviously have to inform the minister. What Fitzgerald Hines said is that when Gary Griffith announced to him that he was going to be coming back out prior to the date that he was supposed to, Minister Hines told them, well, just serve out the rest of the leave and then you come back out on the date that you're supposed to. And then this whole thing became a public issue. You see, notwithstanding all of the good things that Gary Griffith has done for the police, because his management style certainly cannot be argued has been different from that of other police commissioners, right? Because what we would have grown accustomed to prior to his appointment was that the office of commissioner was seen more like it's just like a ceremonial position. You're walking around with this baton in your hand in your khaki when carnival come around, and you're looking like a lord and so on, and shaking your head and nodding to people. That's about it. But the commissioner was not really active in the field. Now, again, Mr. Griffith didn't come up through the ranks. And so there is that one element, and this is why I had supported the appointment of Gibbs and Uwatsky, which is that because they didn't come up through the ranks of the TTPS, police like to talk about my batch, that batch talk. So I have my batch back, right? Which to me, is a liability in the police service, because if you have been given the privilege to serve in a senior capacity in the police service, then you need to leave that batch talk by the door. If you're batching wrong stand-up, if you're batching foolishness, they need to be brought before, they need to be investigated by the police. So this thing about police having each other's back and all them kind of thing. Anyway, so in that aspect, Mr. Griffith is an outsider, right? Yeah. So he does not have that loyalties. As far as I'm sure that for the entire 3 years that he's been there are police officers who feel that he shouldn't have been there, that the process should be you come through the ranks and it should be based on merit as it used to be before. And you understood before how it was this man in charge, and then when he leave, we know this one coming. But this new system where you can bring a man from the outside and he didn't go through the rigors of being a police officer, and now all of a sudden he's in charge of us. Persons would have issues with that. As I said, some of the things that he would have done to shake up the service. And Mr. Griffith would have come in to the role, the post of commissioner, with a lot of goodwill, much of which he would have squandered, unfortunately, because for some reason he could not, while there is merit and benefit to him bringing the perspective of citizen Gary to the management of the police service and bringing that element of a perspective from the general citizenry, that he could identify with what citizens complain about, the poor service that you get from the police sometimes, where if you have to go into a police station, you do so with the expectation that you're going to get some rough treatment, right? I have had an occasion, about 2 or 3 occasions, to visit the police station because of vehicular accidents. what they call RTAs, routine traffic accidents. And I had to sit down in my car for a little bit and brace myself, Bruce, because I go in there expecting that I go in and see some B-space, or I go in and get some kind of hog treatment, But I must say, on at least 2 of the occasions, the service that I got was better than what I was expected. But again, that is because of what is out there, because of how police officers sometimes treat with people, whether they pull you up on the side of the road and they want to rough you up. Because there are people who go into the service with the express intention of getting that power because they have somebody they want to slap, somebody they want to rough up, and they want the authority to be able to do that. And it's no mistake. Let us not be naive. We know that there are a lot of police officers who abuse that authority, right? And so from the early days, Mr. Griffith, it appeared that in recognition of that he was seeking to at least address that issue. But then as he became indoctrinated into the police service and he became more of a police officer, there seemed to come a point where the lines became blurred between Citizen Gary and Commissioner Gary. So he failed to understand that when you seek public office, by extension, you become public property. So being the Commissioner of Police and sitting in that chair calls for a certain level of decorum. And you can't be attacking people because they criticize you. It comes with the territory. Any public office, there's cuss out the Prime Minister all the time, call him all kind of nasty name. He's a donkey, he's this, he's that. But Dr. Rowley understands that comes with the job. I chose this job. I ran for the position, I got it, and I have to accept that that type of criticism will come par for the course. But if you on social media and somebody says something, you go into comments and you vex because people bad talk, you want to get vexed and answer back people in some of the most terse and disrespectful ways, right? That is for Citizen Gary to do. Citizen Gary not supposed to be doing that as long as you occupy the chair of commissioner. You need to rest that for a little bit. You don't need to chase every fire engine. Something, just let it slide. But you felt the need to respond to every little thing. Right, and you lost points for that, right? Because ordinary citizens, the situation with the guy who had made some comment with respect, I think, to the deaths of the suspects in the Andrea Barrett murder, and then Gary Griffith, I think he sent some officers to go and interview the man. I mean, that was petty. They're intimidating citizens, and therefore you would have lost points for that. And then one of the other things too that would have caused them again to lose stripes was this practice that he developed, that whenever there was a police-involved killing or shooting, even before the investigation into the matter is complete, you call in a press conference to side with your officers, and you were not made privy to the full facts of the situation, but you're ready to defend and say your officers came under fire and so on and so on. And people took issue with that. Let the investigation take its course, and then based on the report that you get before you, then you could speak. But the thing happened now, and in an hour's time, you want to call a press conference to say, well, this is the case and this is what happened and whatnot, based on what your officers would have said. And people got upset with that too. The killing that took place in I think it was in Laventille with the 3 guys in the gold teeter. He made a pronouncement very early, and then subsequent video footage contradicted the story that was given by the police. And up to now, that matter still has not been resolved. As far as I'm aware, I think it's probably still under investigation. But to the average citizen, based on what they saw in the video, to them, the case was clear. But this thing has been dragged out for more than a year, and some people are obviously concerned. And then there was, of course, the issue with the Andrea Barrett matter and the 2 suspects and how they met their demise. And then there was also persons who were deemed to be close associates of Mr. Griffith in the police service, who seemed to be operating in a rogue manner, allegedly. So we have the situation with Mark Hernandez, the former head of SORT, who was sent, I think, on suspension, but his name had called up in a number of other things with respect to that matter involving the disposal of the shell casings and the contract and so on. And then there was the issue of Mr. Chandler, who was the legal head, I think, of the police service, and that whole boat affair. So there were a number that have taken place. Then there was the issue of the gentleman who claimed that he was threatened by Mr. Griffith in the police station in Karanaj, right? That Mr. Griffith roughed him up or so, as the case may be, and whatnot. And then subsequently the man died. I think he was murdered. You know. So all of these things would have left a sour taste in the mouth of the public. But that is not the issue at hand here. Mr. Griffith's contention is that the extension of his leave is based on the investigations into the issuance of FUL licenses, specifically the allegations of corruption in the issuance of same. And he is saying that based on his inquiries, he is not the subject of any of those investigations. No allegations have been made against him, and therefore the PSC has no grounds on which to extend his leave. He's saying, I want to come back out to work. If you all tell me that I am the subject of an investigation, then I could understand. You need to have me out of the way because of the perception that I could somehow influence the outcome of those investigations by transferring officers and so on and doing stuff to intimidate the investigators. But unless and until you tell me that I am the subject of an investigation, because he wrote to Stanley John wrote back to him and told him he is not the subject of any investigation. The other investigations would be the one being conducted by the PCA. There was the Pritchard investigation. I think there's one other that is taking place, right? So if the commissioner there, Mr. Griffith is saying, if I am not the subject of investigation, I'm not accused of anything in any of these investigations, and why am I being asked to go on extended leave? Because you are putting a cloud of doubt over my head that really and truly ought not to be there. But the issue is that the final signatory on these FUL licenses is the Commissioner of Police. But a file comes on his desk based on preliminary assessments that would have been done by lower ranks. Because my understanding is when you apply for the FUL, there's a process that they go through. They would vet the application. The police officers have to come to your home, interview your friends, family, to determine what is your state of mind. Do they believe that this is somebody who is mentally competent to hold a firearm? They have to come and check out your house to see, well, where will the firearm be stored in the house? Is it being stored in a place where only you have access and nobody else who is not authorized to do that? Yes. So there's a series of steps that they have to go through. They interview your co-workers and so on, and a number of things that is done, right? Before that file reaches the desk of the commissioner. And that process the original process does not involve the commissioner. But there are claims that maybe some of the people who applied might have been friends of the commissioner and so on. But how do you treat with that? Is there a procedure in place that says if somebody who applies for an FUL is a friend or an acquaintance of the commissioner, that he should recuse himself and allow somebody else to make an assessment? But again, the commissioner would sign based on what is recommended. So if the vetting process says that this person is unfit to hold a FUL, I would imagine that file shouldn't even reach the desk of the commissioner, but in fact the person should be informed, the applicant should be informed before that, look, based on our assessment, you would not qualify, so we'll let you know. We ain't even going to waste the commissioner time for him to review this file. I'm just saying. But we wait with bated breath to see how this whole issue is going to play out. So, Mr. Griffith, loud and clear.
Just now did the mic just do it one time?
Yeah, so that thing came up. You were off screen for a little bit.
The video go on, the mic go on, just the hell is.
Yeah, very good. I hear you. Yeah. So I mean, but you know, the unfortunate thing about this process now, there is, because of how things played out between Mr. Griffith and alright, you're going again. Between Mr. Griffith and the Minister of National Security, there is of course the belief that somehow the Minister of National Security, and by extension the government, may have had some hand in the decision by the PSC to extend Mr. Griffith's leave, which unfortunately may not, I don't think is the case at all. But then again, as I said, the PSC has dropped the ball on this matter in a number of areas, and they need to redeem themselves and say something on the matter. Of course, there's no obligation for them to do that. So it is what it is. Yeah. But yeah, never a dull moment in Trinidad and Tobago.
So true.
Never a dull moment. Yeah, unfortunately. So well, I leave that there, and we'll see how that goes.
Somebody doing something inside the here, yes, I don't know.
Sabotage?
Boy, they better don't try that, you know me.
Oh my goodness. But I see, Bruce, now there's a requirement from effective November. There's going to be a requirement for persons who are desirous of traveling to the United States must be fully vaccinated. Yeah. So you have to come into the US, with your, you see, and you know what you think is amazing about that, Bruce? There's a requirement of the United States, which is supposedly the greatest nation in the world, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody love the USA. And so basically what the US is saying, you need to come with 2 passports. Your normal passport, your travel passport, and your vaccine passport. Effective November, right?
Wow.
Yes. But when the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago said we're going to be creating safe zones, so only persons who are vaccinated would be allowed to. He's a madman.
Yeah.
He's a megalomaniac. He's a dictator. He's an oppressor. But Joe Biden said, we good with that. I want to travel. I want to go to the US. I want to go and shop. Hey. So if Joe Biden say it's okay, no problem with that. I have a problem with old Joe. Yeah, but I have a problem with Rowley. Right? So the very same thing that Dr. Rowley was advocating before, Joe Biden has now forced it upon you. If you want to go to his country, right? So all who hold in visa, and you're planning to travel for Christmas, okay? You know what Uncle Joe say? Gotta get vaccinated. If you ain't vaccinated, right? Don't come off the plane. Don't even board the plane. Because I imagine things will be put in place at our airport here, Bruce. They might ask you, well, we need to see a vaccination card before, because it don't make sense that you're board the plane and when you land in JFK or you land in Miami International or Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood International, they tell you, well, now you have to go back. It doesn't make sense. Don't waste your money now. Okay? So that I'm certain would have been a blow for some people hearing that news yesterday. So if you're planning to travel for Christmas, seems you need to readdress your plan. Looks like Christmas is going to be coming in October for you. Okay? So you had to travel next month. Do what you had to do. I travel in November. I don't have a problem. I just say it. Yeah. So, I don't have that problem. I just need to go down to the Ministry of Health's office. I think it's on Juningham Avenue there, and get my my international health card to show that I am fully vaccinated and that I am authorized to travel in the people country. The only thing I'm looking forward to is that PCR test. Shoving that stuff up my nose, I'll take that enough. Anyway. I find they should relax that requirement. So gosh, I fully vaccinated. Jesus, DJ.
And watch me, you gotta do it twice. You gotta do it when you go. You gotta do
yes. Correct. I mean, gosh, go to that break now.
Yeah, that
and then
itself.
Yeah.
I think too much people go much go to that, you know. But
yeah, that's a real tune-up. That's a real tune-up for some people.
I would have thought that by now they would have created another, test, another way in order to test. You know? Because I mean, that way in particular, boy, I heard a lot of people talk about it. I saw a friend of mine. She did a video with it, and when you saw her, there's water coming down she eye.
Yeah. I guess it all depends on who is administering it. Because I have a friend who went to Port of Spain General over the weekend to have her baby, and I think it's standard practice that they test you for COVID, and she was tested, and she told me that the person who did it was a bit rough, and her nose started to bleed after. Oh. So, yeah, but she said she did it before because in going to the clinic and so on, that other persons did it and they weren't as rough. And it was smooth sailing, but I guess,
the next thing too, if you're going to administer this test, oh gosh, that area where you go in is a very sensitive area.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen some videos, Bruce, that makes you cringe, yeah? So I need to work out where I'm going to get this test done. So yeah, not to do it twice, and then when I get to Florida, now I have to go and find a place where they're doing it. But American Airlines, they're losing stripes with me because they've adjusted my travel time twice.
Oh.
Because the first, I booked my flight for the 23rd of November. So I was with the original flight was supposed to be 8 something in the morning, right? They come and they switch it up to 4:19 in the evening. So my whole day lost. And I usually like to travel early in the morning so that when I get there, usually before the first flight they would have is like around 6:05 in the morning. So by the time I land in Miami, around after 9, right? And I get to Fort Lauderdale. Well, normally take a year and a day to get through immigration in Miami International Airport, even though they like to criticize Trinidad, right? When you land there and about 10 flights come in at the same time and each flight have over 200 people. Long line. So people, if you see, after you walk 15 minutes from the plane to immigration, right, to go through all of that. So if I get there like after 9 minutes to 10, usually I probably leave the airport a little after 12. So probably take me about 45 minutes to an hour to get to Fort Lauderdale. By the time I reach there, I have the rest of the day. I could go to Walmart. I could take a trip down to Coral Square Mall, Sawgrass. I have time to play with. I don't like to drive in the night from the airport at all. Because even though I've driven on the I-95, I still, because Americans drive like crazy people, Bruce. Let's talk about obeying the law and the speed limit. Yeah. I just had to wonder what's the speed limit on the I-95 and the I-75, because sometimes I go in 80, 90 and people passing me, I sure they're going 150. They're rocking the car when they pass. I say, but I thought they'd have a speed limit on this thing. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, so they changed my flight to 4. Yeah, and then coming back home. As I say, if it have a special, I don't understand how the highway patrollers pull people over on the highway, but anyway. My flight to come back was supposed to be at 7 something in the night, and I was supposed to arrive in Trinidad after 12, right? So I said I have that whole day to play with. They sent me an email yesterday stating that my flight to return has now been changed from 7 whatever to 10:19 in the morning. So that's a whole day loss. So the day I'm going is lost, and the day I'm coming back is lost. That's how I plan my thing. So on the day I coming back, I usually get up late and finish up my packing and so on, and do the last bit of laundry and whatever to come back. So they messing me up. They need to behave themselves. So I had to decide now if they give me an option, do I want to cancel the flight or whatever. So I said, let me check and see if I could extend it by a day or something, because I really don't want to. I don't like getting up early for no flight. I really, really don't. So. But just one more thing, as on the point of I-95, right, Bruce? Sunday I was discussing the issue of taxes, and in particular the property tax that a lot of people seem to have an issue with, right? Saying that is oppression. Again, everything in this country now is oppression. That is the word of the day, oppression. So anything the government do is oppression, right? And people were asking. People were talking about taxes and asking if any other country implementing any new taxes at this time. A lot of these other countries don't need to implement any new taxes at this time because they have had a number of taxes for years which we do not have. And we enjoy that we do not have a lot of these taxes. In the United States, there's something called estate tax. That when you're dead, up to 40, you have your heirs may have to pay up to 40% of the value of your estate in taxes, Bruce. We don't have that here. Estate tax and inheritance tax and all these different things. The only thing that comes close to an inheritance tax is the stamp duty that you have to pay on a deed of assent to get legal title to property that might have been left to you. But by and large, we don't have any other inheritance tax. But in the US, you have all these things. They say death and taxes are the two things that are guaranteed in the US. But on the I-95 Bruce and I-75, they have tolls, right? These are toll highways that you have to pay for. So notwithstanding the fact that you had to pay whatever tax when you buy fuel for your car, you're driving on the highway, and they have these structures over the highway, right? That when your car passing, as soon as you pass, you see a bright light flash. So they scan your license plate, and they charge you a toll. Yeah, they charge you a toll. So there's something called a Sun Pass, which you could buy every month to top up. So you put it on the dashboard of your vehicle and so on. So you're good for the month. But if it is you don't have that, every time you go through this toll machine or whatever it is, you have the option. There are some that give you the option where you could pay one time, But to me, that's an inconvenience. And some you just go through and they scan your license plate and then you get a bill at the end of the month. But boy, the last time I went there, Bruce, when I come back, I said, okay. Because I know I really, I try as best as possible to use routes where it have the least amount of toll machines, right? About a month after I come back, I check in my credit card statement. I see it. Tolls, 100 and something US. Yeah. So, yeah, because the rental car, of course, so the toll company or whoever will send the bill to the rental company, and then because they have my credit card info, they will just run it through because I incurred the toll, so I had to pay it. So they will just debit it from my credit card. I said 100 and something US dollars in tolls. Jeez and ages. So yeah, and sometimes on one depending on where, if you're going from Fort Lauderdale to Miami, if you're going the I-95, about 5 or 6 tolls you're going through. And then aside from that, they also have these lanes, the express lanes that don't ever have traffic, but you have to pay to go through these lanes. So once you're driving on the highway, you must pay. So forget the tax that coming out from the fuel cost that you're paying. You have to pay separate money. We don't have that here, but we complaining about the issue of tax. And then you have people who want to message me on Facebook to ask me if I get in pay to talk crap. And but if Rowley spit in my mouth and I was Rowley lawyer and all kind of thing. You know, when they can't deal with the facts, they come with all kind of dotish talk, all kind of stupid talk, right? Come at me with your facts. If you find that what I say is not making sense and is lies or whatever, present me with the truth. But don't come with this other cheap shots and this dotishness or if I get paid or whatever to talk thing. Facts is facts, and that's all your problem. So all of the trolls who like to come on the live and comment a set of dotishness. If you want to challenge me, present your information. If what I say is untrue, give us the truth. But you know what? Well, I can't fight the truth. And that's all the problem. Well, I can't fight the truth. So, when I came on Sunday now, and I presented the facts, and I spoke about when they like to say that Dr. Rowley is a taxing prime minister, and since he came in 2015, he's only tax with this government. But I drew to their attention, Bruce, the fact that this administration has done more to reduce the tax liability of citizens in this country than most other governments that we've had.
True. That's true.
And I drew specific attention, of course, to the increases in the personal allowance. That under this administration, personal allowance has been increased not once, but twice. From 60,000 in 2015, then to 72,000 to 84,000. I would not be surprised in the least if it is that before 2025, you get another increase. But between 2010 and 2015, when money was running, how many times did Kamala Pasabi Sessa, Winston Buchanan, and Larry Hawaii increase personal allowance so that the tax liability, the PAYE, the income tax that people paying could be reduced? How many times did they increase the personal allowance? How many times? Zero. Zilch. Nada. For 5 years, personal allowance remains stagnant like the water in the box drain that they build all over the country. Then move. Kamala did nothing to reduce your income tax liability, but Rowley is a dictator, and Rowley only taxing people. Thanks to Keith Rowley, they're only paying $6,000 less per year in taxes than you were paying under Kamala. Well, they don't talk about that, you know. No, they wouldn't talk about that. The Rowley this and Rowley that, and Bobby Head and the ball head and Imspert and all kind of foolishness. This administration has given you all far more tax amnesties than the previous administration. So you had more opportunities under this administration for all those who are delinquent in paying their taxes. You've had far more opportunities to avoid having to pay penalties and interest on your delinquency, as opposed to the other administration. So they have done more to assist you where taxes are concerned than the previous administration, but all they like to see things was better under Kamala. Yeah, because she was given handouts, baby grant to make child. That's why things was better. Because she was bribing people. Drain the bank account of the NGC to give away money. That's why things was better. All who was getting $1,000 vouchers, all those journalists who vex now and could only find negative things to report about the government. That's why things was better. Tell me now. Reduce VAT from 15% to 12.5%. You all are now paying the lowest rate of VAT since VAT came into being back in the 80s. The lowest rate. Who do that for you? Keith Rowley. Not Kamala. Kamala come and give all a story and say she removed VAT on 7,000 food items. What's the 7,000 food items? Yeah, how much times I asked that question? I'm still waiting on all your UNC trolls to tell me the 7,000 food items.
What are those items?
When you fooling people. Yeah, what's the items? Caviar, maraschino cherries, macadamia nut. Huh? That's what it was? Portobello mushrooms. The average citizen by now when they go in the grocery, they can afford them things. And all of that's because what? It's only put back 12.5% on those things. Who benefiting from that?
Yeah,
who buying those things? When you go to the big shot restaurant and all who could afford to spend $1,500 and $2,000 on one meal in the big shot restaurant, that's who benefiting from it. She removed that thing so again, the big shot lawyer and doctor and all of them could enjoy those things when they go to the fancy restaurant. That wasn't for the average citizen. She fooled all here and talking 7,000 food items. And all that happened, they removed the VAT, and then the business owners and them the supermarket people and them just simply jack up the price. Yeah, there was a whole article like on the Guardian, VAT flop. People did not benefit from it. But all they like to praise her and say, oh, she do so good, and give me a break. By the end of the day, when Mountain come and you get your pay slip and you see you're paying $500 less than PAYE, just remember, Kamala didn't do that for you. That was Keith Rowley do that. And all you could vex all you want. No matter how you twist it, you turn it, you bend it, you spin it. Keith Rowley and this PNM administration that do that. All they like to talk left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. I see a man post up some nonsense there on Facebook just now about left foot, right foot, and they are living in squalor and poverty. Yeah, you living in mental squalor and mental poverty. Your foolishness. Like, Bruce, open the lines there before I set up my pressure like I did Sunday. Because real people had to call me and message me and tell me, keep my pressure down. But I realized as I got older, my tolerance level for BS seems to be getting shorter.
Guys, you can call us at 342-0081 466-5391. Call us up. All right, have a caller here. Caller, good morning.
Gentlemen, good morning.
Morning.
Missed you on Sunday, my brother. Defender of Trinidad and Tobago, do you see that we have the fourth black man went to space day before yesterday? Yes.
Nah,
there was a space flight yesterday with some how to put it, not astronauts, but some people who could afford it. But you know, Dominic, as you said that, last night, I told my Dominic, did these people borrow money to put in the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, my brother?
What was that?
Say again?
Did they borrow money to put in the Heritage and Stabilization Fund?
No, this administration hasn't done that.
Not this administration, the previous administration.
No. Yes.
When they had the highest oil price ever, they did borrow money to put into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund.
Yes.
That's all because the lady is telling us last night that she put money there and we're spending all the money, and I'm sorry for the DSS man was also thrown into the mix. So I wonder if she was in office, if the same thing would happen to the DSS man as well. So they come to tell me to save money after they spend it out. When to take a loan to put into the same money. These people, are we that stupid, Dominic? Better know the usual lady.
Caller, good morning. Hello. Morning.
Something wrong with the phone.
I hear you, mother. I hear you.
Okay, sweetheart. Well, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago at the White House. Dominic, special morning for you. You see what I explain?
Morning, mother.
Yes, sweetheart.
Oi, morning.
I was saying to all you, I'm getting a problem with that phone, you know. I heard Dominic explaining the lights in America with all them tolls and this and that and the other. If you use a shortcut to be to the toll booth, you know, you can't hide from that up there, you know.
Yes,
nothing in America. If they go and you live to do a little hairdressing and you open a little room in your house, and you're doing people, you have to pay tax. And these wicked people don't have the person for paying anything. They want to make the children, they want laptop. They want food in school. The only thing they doesn't want is uniform. They want everything. The government must mind them. And they don't understand any hospital that I go to. You go to hospital in America, you have to pay. Yeah, they're getting all kind of food here in Trinidad and Tobago. And it's pressure. But you know what? We're going to be able to out. If you feel it's pressure, they give it up. We're going to be able to find the last 4 years. They have to stay in a position, and after 4 years, they have to stay for level and never aiming. Or they're not coming back, or they could do what they want to the government, or they're not coming back. You all have a blessed day, mother, love all you out there.
You too, mother. Take care. So, guys, call me up. See who's out there. Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Blessed morning to you, Bruce.
Morning, my brother. How you doing?
Very good to be in the land of the living. God is always the boss. Morning, Dominic.
Morning, sir.
Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, the titans of democracy. All they really listened to Miss Ridiculous last night. That woman is the most bold-faced thing. She the most terrible thing ever come in this world. We want the money back, Miss Lady. Bring back Lala. You're talking about bad spending? What you do with your kids' money? They blame money. She really understands your treatment. She mad. As they are saying the language, she pagal. And we have to take that from that lady. We really are tolerant that is part of the founding father's speech. But it's time for she to go. They ain't even want she in the party no more. And she looking queerly now. The woman health and good. Punching to take care of the virus. Before I get out of context, gentlemen, God, you all have a safe and blessed day. Great is the PNM and will always prevail.
Thank you.
God.
Guys, remember in the 8 o'clock hour, we have our playway pick of the day. Also, I have just a bit of information for you. Residents of Canby, Montgomery, and Mount Pleasant choose to get vaccinated. The COVID-19 vaccination caravan rolls into your community on Tuesday, the 21st of September 2021, between the hours of 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Mount Pleasant Community Center. Vaccines will be available for all persons 12 years and older. Doctors and nurses will also be there to chat with you. If you want to get your children back to the school classroom, you want to get back to work and liming, or return to the things you love, choose to get vaccinated. A message from the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development. So guys, we continue to take your calls. Caller, good morning.
Pleasant good morning to you, Bruce.
Hey, morning. How are you doing?
Not too bad at all. Morning, Dominique.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Miss Felix. I hope you're still resting comfortably and, of course, listening. I want to say this. Two issues I want to raise. I want to talk about. I want you all to look exactly what is going on right now with respect to these vaccines thing. Because apparently there are people who want this country to fail, to the Prime Minister to bring certain things to the fore so that they could confirm that he's a dictator. Because all of a sudden you have Idi Amin Stewart telling the Prime Minister that effective October the 1st, that there may be a disruption, that is his words, with respect to the nurses not being confirmed, not being made permanent. All this is at the time when we have just gotten information that Delta is in communities. So you come to the, you're threatening now all of a sudden because you realize you have something to play with. And if this gets out of hand and you get nurses on your side, And there are no nurses to do the work, and this thing, because it's been going up rather slowly, very, very, very slowly, but it's going up. You understand? So if this thing gets out of hand, we in trouble in this country. And Mr. Idi Amin Stewart believes that, I have a stranglehold now. You understand? And warning the Prime Minister and the government that this thing could be disrupted as easily as that. And then you have, what's your name? Nicki Minaj, who don't care one cow, who's about Trinidad, spreading all sorts of things. You understand? I'm saying this and saying that my girlfriend, friend, and all kind of stupidness. Miss Onika Tanya Maraj, a.k.a. Nicki Minaj. What's your name? You understand? Spreading this thing just so and leaving it just so because why you have 22 million followers on your page. So you spread that and you run with it, and that's the end of that. Because you're looking for fame and fortune. These people don't care about this country. And it's a fight every single day. Who next? So when I say something next, then you have the Concerned Citizens Association, Mendoza, again coming and talking about the schools not ready, they have to be sanitized, and benches and chairs and so on, and no money is being given to the principals and of these private and primary and secondary schools. What is all this about all of a sudden? As if the Ministry of Education is not working, as if the Ministry of Health is not working. All of a sudden they know, they are out there, they're checking and them making sure, and them doing it and them doing that. All of a sudden, because October 4th is drawing near, and people not taking, or let's take all your vaccines, because you're going to run into trouble. My second point is this. Dominique said it correctly this morning, because and I said it before, when Gary came in, everybody like Gary doing well. But Gary was disrupting certain things that was going on. I had friends in the police service who tell me they're on sick leave. And months and years later, I said, I'm not going to work now, still on sick leave. And getting pay. People use the police service to go out re-educate themselves. And all of these sort of things. They're getting there and all of a sudden they want to educate themselves. Okay, no problem, fine. Okay, cool. But it's being abused. Vehicles carrying school children to school. Police vehicles. Look at what happened just recently. But you see, they don't want Gary there. Not only because he didn't come through the ranks, but because of what he is doing to stymie the stupidity that went on for years. You understand? The last one who was there couldn't do nothing. He was a yes man, yes sir, yes ma'am. The sticky hat under the arm and you walk about with the stick in your hand and that's it. Nothing went on in the country. Nobody got promoted. When Gary came in, he began to promote people. You understand? People were being shot left, right, and center because they could not get a firearm user's license to defend themselves in the business places. Everything was good. The UNC didn't care to support Gary, but today, she's supporting Gary and want to implement the Police Service Commission. Martin George opening him out today. When he was there, when they had the problem, when they had to get the international people to come and help us to select a commissioner of police, what did he say when they were interviewed? Nothing. But today, he's talking every day on certain radio stations. And they want now to bring in the president in cahoots, and he pay them in cahoots, and there's collusion. Where are you getting all that information from? Just throwing out things there to put doubt in people's mind because you had 300,000 followers. That is all it is, nothing more. Why I agree with you that the Police Service Commission to come out and say, listen, we are doing an investigation into the firearm issue, whatever it is, I don't know, whatever it is. And therefore we have chosen to not bring Gary Griffith back at this time until that is completed. Say something, don't just leave it there for all of us to be speculating and for people to be throwing out things there for people to say, wow, but that's something real good, especially the UNC. Come out and say something. You don't have to give us all the information, but come out and say there's an investigation being done at present, and as soon as that we have information, so there's confirmation on it and so on, we will then make a media presentation. That is all they have to do. But they're leaving it there and speculation. Today's Tuesday. How much bacchanal talk we hear about Gary Griffith for the last 4 or 5 days? since Parliament and the Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines, had to come out and give a statement completely opposite to all what was in the media. You understand? Because if Fitzgerald Hines didn't have to answer Wade Mark and his normal bacchanal tantrum that he throws every with emotion, always at the end of a sitting, if Fitzgerald Hines didn't come out and say what he said, what would we be thinking about today? Who knew there was a letter or two? Who knew? Until Fitzgerald Hines came out and said so. But you see, we continue to listen. We better listen, but we continue to believe. Anything that comes out of the mouth of certain people who have ulterior motives for the benefit of Trinidad and Tobago. And that is the problem here. We have a problem and it must be dealt with. And I hope the Prime Minister is listening. I know he does. And I hope he deals with this at the end of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Man.
Well, Dominic, testing while we here, I was testing my streaming platform there. So we're streaming in 3 areas now.
Is that right?
We're getting ready to go to the break in about a minute time. Yeah. So guys, I could probably take one more quick call before we... Right, let me see. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Morning, Mother.
Dominic, Sharon, everybody else, morning. Somewhere along this morning time when they were going through the papers, there was a headline or something about unions who want to meet with management of certain places concerning the vaccine. To talk about the vaccine. Did I hear right? Or you can't remember? Hello?
Say again, Mother.
Yeah, somewhere along the line with the headlines also in the newspaper. As if the union member want to meet with management of to talk about the vaccine, have a conversation.
I can't remember.
You can't remember, but anyhow, somewhere along the line I get it in the air. But what I'm saying, I want to know why people have to allow unions to tell them if to take vaccine or not to take vaccine. With the pandemic where we're going through the hampers and all of that, I want to know how many of them receive a hamper from the union board. And if nurses are thinking otherwise of saying to stay home, I want them to know one body is telling them that, and that one body could get sick. Nurses does get sick. Your grandmother does get sick. Your child does get sick. And when you stay home, all of you or part of you stay home. I want to know who will be attending to them. Okay? So you go and follow a direction that all you need to do. Okay? Or you have to just wait like everybody else who gets time to get into their position. All right. Okay. Yes. And what I'm telling all you. All you don't have to be in union. Just do the right thing. Okay. Go to work on time. Do what you have to do. Right. You go and follow.
So guys, we go into the break. When we return, I have a bit of information for you, and we'll continue with the phone call. So we'll be right back. Keep it locked.
I've been alone with you inside my mind, and in my dreams I've kissed your lips 1,000 times. Sometimes I see you pass outside my door. Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes, I can see it in your smile. You're all I've ever wanted. My eyes are open wide, 'cause you know just what to say, and you know just what to do. But let me start by saying I love you. For all the salsa lovers, that's it. I long to see the sunrise in your hair and tell you time and time again how much I care. Sometimes I feel my heart will overflow. Hello, I just got to let you know, 'cause I wonder where you are, and I wonder what you do. Are you somewhere feeling lonely, or is someone loving you? Tell me how to win your heart, oh, I haven't got a clue. But let me start by saying, te amo. Hello, I just got to let you know, 'cause I wonder where you are, and I wonder what you do. Are you somewhere feeling lonely, or is someone loving you? Tell me how to win your heart, for I haven't got a clue. But let me start by saying, te amo. Te amo. Te amo. Te amo.
What is Apex? It is the pinnacle of high-performance vision through a lens. It's clarity, no matter what angle you look at. It's comfort, no matter what you do all day, every day. And it's customized, with every digital measurement your eyes require to see at their very best. Apex Digital Lenses by Value Optical, the ultimate lens design for your eyes. Value Optical, expert care for your eyes.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-866-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Yo, it's more mega, more chances, more money, more fun. With the mega bonus ball, win 35-1. Playways giving you more mega for your money. Win 35-1 and win mega payouts daily. Now you can win 35-1 in every Playway Mega Mix draw. If the mega bonus ball calls, that means even more chances to win when you play any of the mega mix options. Hey, it's more mega, more cash, more ways to win. Playway Mega bonus ball, unleash your winner within. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Hey, you keeping safe? I hope so. I don't really know what will happen when everything will back up, but the lime had to go on. But in the meantime, just come online with the live wire. I'm on the Street 919 FM every Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. Or you could check us out on the live on Facebook at the Street 919 FM or on YouTube at Street TV. Don't forget to share the live. That might just be as important as you keeping safe. So mask up, sanitize, tune in to the Street 919 FM, Lime on the Live Wire, Saturday afternoons, 5 to 8 p.m. Don't worry, I gotta be home in time for the curfew. Keep safe.
Playing together, liming together, sharing together. Those moments will be ours again. At First Citizens, we believe that together we can get through these challenging times. Now, we are making it easier for you to get a loan that will help ease your burden. You can ask for longer repayment terms or consolidate your current loan payments into one affordable monthly installment. It's all meant to make it easier on you. Let us start the conversation today. Visit our website or email us at loans@firstcitizenstt.com. We're in this together. First Citizens, we put you first.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko Sangre Grande, is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guest. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sunday Ministry of Worship, Children Hour, and the Word from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org or on Facebook. Email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated at account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
If you're listening, you will be a believer, leaning on the truth that will never fall. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
From the moment you first crossed eyes,
It's a girl.
to their very first bowl of cereal, open wide. Going into parenthood means nourishing your little one to reach their fullest potential. With Nestum Nature's Selections infant cereals, give 30% more whole grain with 15 vitamins and minerals, including iron, all with no added sugar. Nature's Selection. Give your baby the best. Nestum, from 6 months onwards.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division? Yes, sir. I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries. Excuse me, sir? Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488? Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries. So I could buy a battery for $488? Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive. Which part? Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arabita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 63 Tools. All right. Thanks, boss. Nah, man. Granny, do you have $488 to lend, man?
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Pay attention to your fees. Understanding the fee structure and the amount you have been paying on a monthly or even annual basis in regards to fees associated with financial services is extremely important. Account service fees, annual financial planning service fees, investment account management fees, you name it. If you haven't reviewed and audited your fees yet, I recommend that you sit down and make this a priority. That was your financial tip brought to you by the Street 91.9 FM.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of September 20th, 2021 stands at new positive cases 106, total active cases 3,973, total recovered patients 43,234. Total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present, 48,629. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
Mountains are high, but never higher than we, and we can get over it. Problems could have big, but never bigger than we, and we can get over it, over it, over it, over it, over it. The Almighty get we through.
So welcome back on the inside. Just a bit of information for you. Value Optical wishes to advise the public that all 13 branches will now be open full-time to provide expert eye care services to you. All of our regular services are now available. For your safety, we continue to practice established health and safety protocols, and we recommend that you make an appointment for all testing services. Please call us at 225-4865 or toll-free 800-2020 for all inquiries on opening hours, eye testing availability, and how we can assist your eye care needs. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. For all your hardware building materials, auto parts, small tool rentals, pets and pet supplies, gravel and sand, don't forget PowerMaster, Optima Vata and Megastar battery starting from $488. And it's all at Johnny Q, number 15 Arpita Avenue, Woodbrook, and our new Johnny Q Superstore in Lowlands Mall, Tobago, off the Claude Noel Highway. Just call 632s. Also, residents of Canby, Montgomery, and Mount Pleasant choose to get vaccinated. The COVID-19 vaccination caravan rolls into your community on Tuesday, the 21st of September, 2021, between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. at the Mount Pleasant Community Center. Vaccines will be available for all persons 12 years and older. Doctors and nurses will also be there to chat with you. If you want to get your children back to the school classroom, you want to get back to work and liming, or return to the things you love, choose to get vaccinated. A message from the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development. So guys, welcome back. Dominic, we back inside. Oh yes.
Yes, sir.
Keep the lines are open. You can call us. I have a caller here. Caller, good morning.
Hi, morning, Bruce. Morning, Dominic.
Morning, Jenny.
I'm morning to listeners on 91.9, Mr. Chancellor, Guru, Mother Tanapuna, much love, darling, and all the other listeners. Thank all. With regards to the unions getting involved in and wanting to meet with the employer to treat with the jab.
Hardly any, Jenny.
I said, you hear me now?
Yeah.
Right. I said with regards to the unions, I think Marcos, you would have phrased it, wanted to go and speak with the employers about the jab. One thing I recognize union at the workplace for a category of workers, all workers, and those workers have a grievance. Whether we agree with the grievance or not, the union is obligated to treat that matter with the employer. Because when they did the collective agreement and all contracts and all that was done, not with the employee and employer, but the union was the one was there. So any change to that, whether we like it or not, the union must consult and the employer must consult. That is just part of the process. I saw a letter floating around where the president of PSA would have written to the president concerning her getting observers to come for the future election. And again, I want to say this is my opinion. If Dotish had a look on her face, it could be Watson Solomon Juke. Again, he continued to show that he's incompetent and he's not ready to lead. It's a miracle that he has been leading PSA so long, but he does not have what it takes. But again, he has been enabled and he has flourished and lived on that. Everybody had their agenda, so it was allowed. With regards to the situation with Mr. Griffith, former commissioner, and the minister, any contracts that happen within a ministry, is the minister is the one that takes that to the cabinet. So he will be involved, because if you notice, the minister would have said when Gary Griffith wanted to get approval to go on his leave, is the minister he would have contacted, and the minister would have liaised with the Police Service Commission, and then the approval was done. So anything to treat with contracts, the minister would be a part of that, because the minister is the one who has to carry those things to cabinet. So I don't know why people are so surprised that the minister had any say. Because had he not, Gary Griffith would not have called him to ask about his approval for leave. So he knows that. But the minister has to liaise with the particular committee or commission or whatever that treats with that issue. And this thing with Gary Griffith, I know there are people who love him, and it will always have people who love everybody, because it has people who love Watson Juke too. But at the end of the day, look at the bigger picture. What about white-collar crime? We've seen that they treat him on the level, we've seen it publicly, with the boys in the hood and the boys in the ghetto, and okay, we hear that. But what about white-collar crime? Those crimes, paper and pen, with pen and paper and jacket and tie. Sometimes those crimes are more debilitating than the normal on-the-street crime, because those are the ones that are dealing with the money, and those are dealing with moving paperwork there and that. So we must want an all-round commissioner, and not one that just treats them with the black boy and the black girl, who we know are involved in certain things, we know that. But also it must seem to be across the board. So you all have a blessed day, and thanks so much again for always allowing me to call in. Bye.
Thank you. 342-0081-466-5391. Those are the numbers to call. Call me up. Caller, good morning.
Hi, morning, Bruce and Dominic.
Morning.
Morning. Jenny, I hope Jenny listening. Watson also said something while he was calling for the observers and how the PNM will thief it by bringing extra ballot box with only PNM voters' names in it. I was wondering, that's how probably he won the PSA election, that he did certain things, because Watson Duke was told by the court to clean up that list, and Watson Duke defied the court orders for months upon months. I mean, this guy, just like the UNC and Kamala Prasad says, has no moral authority when coming to things like this, free and fair elections, because he never had a free and fair elections in the PSA. Thank you very much.
Caller. I know, go on there. Caller, good morning.
Dominic, good morning. And how are you?
Morning.
Morning. You hearing me?
I hardly hear you talking real soft.
I don't know, but I must gain it cold then. So we're going down in your good?
Yes, we're good. How you doing?
I'm going good so far.
Nice.
You know it is. Yeah, we're all right. I just calling out and shouting out early this morning. All the tight tongue, Manu, Shak lady, everybody. Yeah. So we'll have a nice day. I will call back for the we call it just now.
Did you play away? Pick of the day?
Yeah.
All right, darling.
I have a few numbers here for you.
Nice.
You know? All right then.
All right.
Later.
Yes, darling.
Okay.
Caller, good morning.
Yeah, a blessed morning, Bosswin.
Yeah, man.
Dominic, blessed morning.
Morning.
All loyal listeners and callers, all who are on the live, Trinidad and Tobago. No, I'll talk to you issues, but I want to make it short and sweet. You see, I want to first congratulate the Minister of Health and the health sector, all who are in the front line concerning this COVID. Now we have a variant to deal with, and I want people to be very cautious this round. Please, all you, obey the instructions. Let us make sure that we do this thing very carefully. Now, Bruce and Dominic, the Senate passed the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority with independent senators. I want to congratulate the independent senators because they're showing that this notion from the opposition that it go squeeze its foreman and it would do this and it would do that and the other is just a narrative. So we've seen that the true sense of what is going to take place, the Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority will come on stream as is. And I know people will make sure that they have the property tax and all business and everything will make sure that they put into the coffers of Trinidad and Tobago so that we could go forward. And concerning Mr. Griffith, your contract finished when September the 20th because you applied for leave, you get the leave, your contract wasn't renewed or extended, so you going to court is just a part of your crap, just flattering all the time. You was watching you, Mr. Griffith, because your contract finished September the 20th, the last day of your leave. Your contract wasn't extended, nor given any furtherance of your employment. And to say that this is your right, it's in your right, is the government right, because everybody is under contract, Bruce, the two of us are showing you. The government is under contract, they have 5 years. Your position also have 5 years. The president have a contract. When a 5-year term finish, they have to go to parliament and extend the 5 years. If you of us are showing, everything is under contract. So when your contract finish, you know what to do. Keep a safe distance. Stay home. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. And make sure that we get rid of COVID. Thank you very much.
Bruce, I said something there.
Yeah.
And we forget.
All right. Caller, good morning.
Bruce.
Oi.
Good morning to you and Dominic.
Morning.
Morning.
Bruce, one thing I could say, and you know I could afford to say that. There was once we just had a member of parliament, not a minister. I wonder if you remember those days. Huh? And I could afford to turn and tell you here this morning, because half of them, they'll be calling, and I love him, and I love him, and I love him, and I love him. I just have to laugh, jabs and clunks. If I know the people stand with him, and I could afford to say that here this morning. So I want them to believe, we the people of Diego Martin West, will continue to stand and side by side with him. Which I remember we had to go all in all a justice step going up to court with him. It's only now half of them go, I love him, I love him, I love him, I love him. We love him and we will continue loving him and he will always be there with us. We the people of the Martin West. I go on. Dominic, you alright?
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, Dominic, I loaded to play now. You ready for it to play?
Yeah. That's from Mr. Enel.
Okay. So I play it now.
Yeah, a bit of good news there with respect to the energy sector.
Nice.
It gives me great pleasure to announce that our Matapal project has started up safely and we have achieved first gas ahead of schedule and under budget. Our Matapal project is BPTT's second subsea development and it consists of 3 wells that tie back to our existing Juniper platform. Matapal will deliver gas into the Trinidad gas market from resources discovered by the Savannah exploration well drilled in 2017.
In 2020, BP launched a new ambition to be a net zero oil and gas company by 2050 or sooner, and to help the world get to net zero. To achieve this ambition, BP also launched a new strategy, parts of which focused on delivering resilient and focused hydrocarbons. This is why Matapal is important to BP and Trinidad and Tobago. The gas developed from this project will deliver resilient hydrocarbons in service of BP's strategy and sustained natural gas production for Trinidad and Tobago.
Natural gas is important to our net zero ambition, and for decades to come, it will continue to play an important role in the energy transition for 3 reasons. 1, it is a transition fuel from coal. 2, it solves intermittency issues that arise from renewables. And 3, it's a low carbon emitter when combined with CCUS. I'm extremely proud of what our teams at BPTT accomplished in delivering this project, They delivered it safely and ahead of schedule, all while managing the constraints brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. The safe delivery of the Matapal project is another demonstration of how BP is performing while transforming.
You hear me, Dominic?
I ain't any Bruce. What's going on?
Boy, this thing, I don't know. As I take it off, is
Yeah, your audio gone. All right.
You hear me now?
I hear. Yeah.
Nice.
Right. So a bit of good news there that the 7 months ahead of schedule and under budget. So there's some additional gas that BP is now reporting. So see gas prices. I think yesterday was almost $5. I think per MMBTU. So that's good. Yeah.
Things
But
happening.
these things here, I wonder if Curtis Williams will report on that.
Things happening.
Or if it is he probably looking for the next leak from the whistleblower in NGC so that he could write another story over the weekend, again, to tarnish the NGC. So nothing good happening with NGC. All he's seeing is just like, anyway, let me not go there. All he wants to report on is negatives. I wait to see what he's going to write on this.
Have a call here. Caller, good morning.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, man, morning.
When you have a lawyer in Tobago, who's now an economics, a scientist, a doctor, a professor, these are the people that they call in. Anything sometimes happening in Trinidad and Tobago, we have a lawyer in Tobago representing anything. Anything that I ask, they call a lawyer. So what do you expect? They had an issue about train 1. Now that I saw last night that BP found this gas, thanks for playing it. I wonder if they still will have a conversation about the money that we spend on train 1 and a shortage of gas. So if we didn't do that and we have found the gas, what would we have done with the gas, Dominic? Well, enjoy it.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce and Dominic.
Morning.
And Mr. Mariano and other people who were in government. And they too always have something negative to say. I'm wondering why, and if you're an economist or you're a business person and your interest is this country, why can't you find the best thing to say to boost investment in Trinidad and Tobago? But I called to talk about the issue with the Commissioner of Police position. So Mr. Lawrence was an Attorney General, represented the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And we have the Gary, right, so the former Commissioner of Police, they had a contract of employment, right, to look at, because if that's his attorney, they have a contract to look at, right? We don't know the content of the contract. And if the contract does not talk about an immediate renewal and completion of that contract of employment, it means that you have to step down and they have to review you. So any judge or anybody looking at that will turn that down once it reaches them in the court because they have no substance. So I would like them to tell me what the contract for employment did say for Mr. Barry. Thank you.
Thank you. Caller, good morning.
A contribution.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah?
I have a contribution.
Go ahead.
Okay. My thing is on the Commissioner of Police, the ex-commissioner. I just look at it. That man was a Sandwich train officer. We spend money on him. He came back
We put him to run the Defense Force Hockey. He crashed that. We sent him up by the Prime Minister residence. He crashed that. We wouldn't take him into the big details. He was ordered to come back to Quetron by his commanding officer. So for discipline, he resigned. He went into the UNC. There were problems. He went to the UNC again. There was a disaster. So here it is. You are the captain of destruction. You mash up the police service by your famous statement to poor black boys cockroaches. You one shot, one kill. You didn't do your work in your office. Everybody do what they want. Here it is. It seems like somebody made a mistake and you take it up and run in with it because of your cantankerous behavior, little red boy. Here it is, you're going a little further. In that a man who you call bacchanal with, are you exchanging? I am wondering, is this exchanging? This matter is not finished. But you are in court as a witness against this man, and he's one of the attorney on your panel. Our eyebrow has been raised. Criminal disobedience have now introduced by the same man. I wish Trinidad and Tobago good luck. Thanks, my friend.
Caller, good morning.
Hello, Bruce and Dominic.
Yeah.
Dominic, seeing that now that they are gas, so shutting down the train once, didn't make any sense because I will tell all something, right? You want to shut down a silo and to start that back up, it takes millions of dollars to get that back up working, and then you lose time and everything. So what I saw in that is that the board and them would have to make what we call, is really called that a forecast. So you're forecasting that at a certain time you would get the gas, and you balance that against shutting it down. Now, if you shut it down, you will lose money to it. And if you keep it up and running, and you will lose money. But you just have to do your forecast and balance it. And here it is now that we found the gas. So it's very good for the country. Everybody should be proud and happy about that. But we know on the UNC side, they're vexed. They're going to give me some kind of stupid story to say that something and something and something and try to implement people in stealing, which they have a lot of things on to answer, and we can find out. We not from 2010 to 2050, we no longer, we so in clear on a lot of things that happen. So it was a good thing to keep it up and running while they're losing that money, because I tell all you something, they had shut that down completely and they get the gas now and you had to get that thing up and running. You had to spend real money to bring back up those silos and them to function properly. So I am happy as a Trinidadian to see that happen, and so far the forecast seems to come up on play because they had to make that decision. But they would have had to consult with the line minister, and the line minister would have to consult with the cabinet on whether you should shut it down or thing it down. So it shows the incompetence of Kamala Prasad-Bissessar-led government under Kevin Ramnarine, because Kevin Ramnarine had been making a lot of predicaments that seems to be it coming to pass, just like this guy in his program. I ain't calling his station or nothing like that. I ain't even want to call his name, but he has been making some predicaments since 2015. And today, if we had listened to him, Trinidad is supposed to be burning down, because he was always saying the government not taking heed, and if they don't do this and do this, this will happen. You're doing well. Thank you very much, Jeff.
Thank you. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Dominic.
Morning.
Hear me?
Hello?
Bruce?
Yeah.
Hear me? Right.
Yeah.
So there's a caller before the last that went into a sort of areas of criticism of Gary Griffith. And I think the mature people understand that this is about watching Gary Griffith's legacy to feel that we could hit him now. It's not about that. Bruce, we have been on this station supportive of Gary Griffith, especially coming on stream. And I want to tell people something. If you go to question of cockroaches, I dismiss that, because if you have 7 black, Indian, or even Syrian entering your property, stealing your things that have you uncomfortable, Bruce, you're a cockroach. You're a cockroach. And Gary Griffith was talking about those people. So let's not talk about black people. If it's black people doing it, you're a cockroach. I am business. You know why? Crime is something that, I'm telling you, it's very uncomfortable when you have 7 people entering your home, be it black, be it East Indian, be it whatever. You're a cockroach when you're doing that. My thing with Gary Griffith is that he started very well. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. The support for Gary Griffith came from the Parliament on the PNM side, not from the UNC. Now the trouble in the UNC, because it sounds like a controversial moral situation today, they jump on. You know why? Anything controversial for the UNC and the supporters feel that it makes the UNC viable. That's the nature of the politics of the UNC and the supporters. My thing with Gary Griffith is that it's about, we keep saying on this station, Mr. Griffith, watch yourself. You're being disrespectful. You're not minding your business administratively. Operationally, you're on. You're having things in place, and I'm telling you, Bruce, it was working. Yeah. It was working. You hear me?
Yeah.
It was working. Be the black boy, Jenny. The whole question of white collar crime is what kind of laws you get in the parliament. Because you get that from people. Who blocking it in the parliament? The UNC. So Gary Griffith was not footing. When he got derailed, is when you start attacking real people in our society. The brigadier, the prime minister, the this. You're in football thing. You're losing focus. And on top of that, you have a civilian man driving a police vehicle, escorting a truck. You want to go for them things. And my thing is, if people use some of the ideas of Gary Griffith going forward, if he's not elected, they'll do fine. But I've always said, administratively, Gary Griffith lacked the whole essence of creating the cohesion with other members of the police service. And to me, he lost ground there. And before I go, my thing is, you can't fight to be in the police service if you're a nominee. That's the disrespect. You can't fight. There's nothing against Gary Griffith. The whole question of procedure, he must abide by it and he must set the example. Yes, we'll have the conversation about the PFC and somebody feels it's political. No. The police service is continuing as an acting commissioner, but Gary Griffith on this circle here now, let's hope it iron out properly and the service gets the leader that they deserve. Other than that, Bruce, this confusion about other people and Gary Griffith, let them put that to rest. Take care, my boy. All the best, you and Dominic.
Yeah, man. Take care. Ah, boy. Caller, good morning.
Yes, morning again, Bruce and Dominic. Dominic, nice clip to play there. And I'm following other callers too, but Matapal, that Matapal was supposed to be built in Trinidad and Tobago. But Roger, tell them take your platform and go. They pull it up to Mexico and pull it back down. And you see what's going on right now? They're getting gas before time because next year they were supposed to get gas in 2022, according to how they operate over if you was Australia. And they get gas before time. Yeah, the mudballing is 500 million. Start to work because that gas will be coming in next year still now. If you was Australia, it must fill up before it really be used. Thank you very much, Dominic, for that information. Trinidad and Tobago love to and listening all the time.
Yeah, man. So, guys, in a couple minutes' time, we're getting ready for Playway Pick of the Day. So we continue to take your calls. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Dominic. Bruce and Dominic.
Morning.
Dominic, I want to speak to Dominic a little bit.
Morning.
Dominic, morning.
You have to talk up a little bit, darling. You're sounding rather low.
Okay, then. Firstly, Dominic, I want to agree with you so much in how the areas you point out with Gary Griffith. I'm so much in agreement. And he really lost points in those things, and I feel they have more to sell. And I don't think he's the best one, but then I really find you're on point when it comes to that. And another thing, Dominic, I'm so interested in one of the segments that you had on last week or the week before. And I feel like I'm not getting anywhere without talking to you about it. So please help me. Call me or give me a number, please.
Okay.
So, yeah. Because I didn't get it. It didn't come through on my phone before, the number. I need to talk to Dominic concerning one of the segments.
Lady J, right?
Yes.
Yes,
It
darling.
didn't come to the box. The mailbox was full.
All right, I will send it for you.
So if you could call it out or saying I want to be safe this time, I don't want to bother you about that again.
No, I will send it to you. I wouldn't call it out.
Okay. And thanks again.
No problem.
Thank you, Dominic, for really, really, really fighting. I find they left you, but you fight on and you really put a whole army at the UNC to speechless in a way. They're fumbling. They fall in, all because of you, Dominic, all because of you. You kept the fight up and you're really conquering them. They don't know what to do, they're giddy. And you have them going, you're shadowing them, you're giving them. And I like that very much. I enjoy, I don't call it, but I always enjoy.
Hey, Lady J, where you going?
Thank you very much, caller. Bruce, before we go to this segment, right? There's something I want to touch on. I saw that the leader of the PDP, president of the PSA, got into a vehicle accident a few days ago, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere on Airport Avenue. So I see the Mercedes get damaged. The headline that the newspaper put out is that the PSA president narrowly escaped death. Okay. All right, no problem, because everything has happened. But I wait with bated breath to see what the replacement vehicle will be, because, he's a boss. So we can't go in and fix no Mercedes-Benz and then you hear all kind of noise and stuff. So opportunity has now presented itself for us to perhaps upgrade to, I don't know, maybe a Jaguar. We will see. What they say, old as bring new?
Yes. Let me see what with that well, wait, that is our next McDonald itself.
Yeah, I waited to see. Because it was overdue, but now you have good grounds by which to say that you're spending PSA money to buy. Yeah, and of course, being the boss that he is, you can't expect him to drive a Tita. A wet man. Even though he think he's a wet man, he ain't driving a wet man. You want an upscale wet man. So I wait to see what
Guys,
it will be.
We're getting ready for the play. We pick up the day. Get your numbers ready. We'll be right back.
Pay your PSA user. The president need a new car.
Yo, it's more mega, more chances, more money, more fun. With the mega bonus ball, win 35 to 1. Playway is giving you more mega for all your money. Win 35 to 1 and win mega payouts daily. Now you can win 35 to 1 in every Playway mega mix draw. If the mega bonus ball calls, that means even more chances to win when you play any of the mega mix options. Hey, it's more mega, more cash, more ways to win. Playway mega bonus ball, unleash your winner within. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
So guys, welcome inside the Playway Pick of the Day, brought to you courtesy National Lotteries Control Board. And remember, where am I? Nice. A player wagers a minimum of $1 on the base wager for a payout of $26. The Mega Mix draw then takes place after the Playway draw and pays a higher prize amount on 3 options: Mega Ball, Mega Ultra, and Mega Extreme if drawn. The Mega Mix prizes are as follows: Mega Ball $80 to 1, Mega Ultra $100 to 1, and Mega Extreme $125 to 1. Players now have an additional chance to win a higher payout with the Mega Bonus Ball promotion. Once you wager on a Mega Mix option and the Mega Bonus Ball is drawn for that option, you win a $35 to $1 Mega payout for that draw. There is no extra cost for the Mega Bonus Ball payout. So guys, call me up 342-008-146-653-91. Give us those numbers for today, this morning for 10:30 a.m. That's where we're doing the draw for. So call me up 342-0081-466-53 9291. Caller, good morning. Hello? Caller? Hey. I ain't hearing nothing. Caller, good morning. Okay, nothing there. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Batman Robin.
Hi, good morning.
It was really just now, eh? I know, try. Thank the Lord. I love that tune you played this morning, boy. Ooh, I'd rather remember the name. Play it again before you leave, or play it in the morning. Now, I have been minding money. I see they bring 33.25. So
Okay.
I still will mind the 14.
All right, no problem.
And play this 14, all the people. I could tell Miss Crosby something.
No, sweetie. We remember we in this segment right now.
All right. I want to thank her for the medical diabetes thing. I love you, Miss Crosby.
No problem. All right, then.
Yeah.
Caller, good morning.
Hello?
Morning.
Morning. Me again. 15, 13,
Right.
25, and 32, and 23. Right?
Nice.
There was 4 numbers are there.
All right,
Right?
nice.
You get it?
Yep, I get all.
All right. Okay,
Nice.
then. Well, have a blessed day.
You too, darling. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Nice. So let me see. Dominic, you seen anything online? Facebook? YouTube?
Nothing on
anything?
Facebook. YouTube, I'm seeing 1, 11, and 16. From RW Jazz, I'm seeing Liz Davis says 5 and 14, and Eric Yallery says 17, 3, and 9. Well, no call from Central, so no 36.
You know where you do that? He does call. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce. On the road. Hello?
Yes?
Yeah, Park up here buying something. You said numbers on them, 21.
Nice.
All right. Thank you, lady. I heard you. Thanks for acknowledging me. Thanks.
Nice. So guys, call me up. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to get the last results from yesterday. Let's see who's out there. Caller, good morning.
Bruce, blessed love to you this morning. You and Dominic, blessed love.
Morning.
Title of democracy, blessed love.
Morning.
My number is 1 and 27. Morning.
1 and 27.
Yeah. I
right.
dream one long snake. I ain't going no further.
Nice.
They get me in the place.
Right, so let's see. Guys, come on, I probably have time for one more call.
We have 11 and 17 from Maureen Toussaint on Facebook, and Joyce Phillips says don't leave us 26.
26? All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Ah, boy, look, my partner here. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce.
Hey, Manu.
Hey, Dominic, morning.
Morning.
I playing a match for Coco to get some money, 14, because she had to mind them 2 little trade, you know. Deep South English, you know, money are gone.
So, guys, for yesterday morning, 34 blind man played with 2 mega bonus ball, 1 white ball. Midday was 33 spider. We have the mega ball and the mega ultra with a white ball played in the afternoon. Spider again 33 with 2 white balls and the mega bonus ball. And also yesterday evening 25 Morocco with a mega ball, a white ball and the mega extreme ball played. So our numbers for this morning are 33, 25, 14, 15, 13, 25, 32, 23, 1, 11, 16, 5, 14, 17, 3, 9, 21, 27, and 26. So that's it for our Playway Pick of the Day. Remember, it was brought to you courtesy National Lotteries Control Board.
And you say add 3 and 21.
Oh, yes, 3 and 21. Angie, morning.
She said motor mouth. I ain't gonna say who that is in reference to. Only big and only had sense. Forget it.
Oh, good.
Yo, it's more mega, more chances, more money, more fun. With the mega bonus ball, win 35 to 1. Playway is giving you more mega for your money. Win 35 to 1 and win mega payouts daily. Now you can win 35 to 1 in every Playway Mega Mix draw if the mega bonus ball calls. That means even more chances to win when you play any of the mega mix options. Hey, it's more mega, more cash, more ways to win. Playway Mega bonus ball, unleash your winner within. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Yes. So we're getting ready to wind down. Guys, you can call us up. The lines are still open. Call us up, let us know. Caller, good morning.
I'm on again, Bruce.
Good morning, Jenny.
The gentleman who called about the whole thing with the voting thing with PSA. Well, we have our suspicion, and because it hasn't gone to court and any ruling made there, we have suspicion. Because Juke's stronghold is Wassa. They have about 1,000 and something votes. What is instructive that in the general elections of this country, by the night of the election, about 10, 11 o'clock, it does have a sense of who win, and that's thousands and thousands of citizens. However, in PSA, they take 4 days to come to 1,700 votes. So they could take from that what all they want. Not only that, I want you all to ask Watson Juke if he was promoted in a managerial position at WASA while he was on no-pay leave at PSA as the president of PSA. If he have any qualification for that position, and whether or not he get back pay on that position, although he never worked in that position. Those are questions will be very informative because I see there are things happening at WASA soon, and we ain't want the pity party. I am happy that he was not hurt in the accident there on Wrighton Road because I wouldn't wish that on anybody. However, I'm also saying at the same time, you're looking for sympathy or something, I don't understand. You're videotaping it, you come out, if you get an accident, when you come out your car, you ain't going to have like a bag with food or some kind of thing holding, you'll be so distraught. But you seem to be very collective and thing and the man run out the car and gone. All that seems so questionable based on your behavior in the past. Don't be vexed if people wondering whether or not this whole thing was staged. I'm just asking, based on your past behaviors, you'll reach home safely.
Caller, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bruce. Dominic.
Morning.
Bruce, the last time I tell you, this lady who just called, she just using your program to attack what's in the UK. And she's not coming across an idea. She's very subtle and very clever in what she's saying. If you understand what the woman is doing, she's using your program to study the man's character and to attack him personally. So you all be very careful. Have a nice day.
Thank you. I'm going to call for your partner, Nicola. Caller, good morning.
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 I tell them, you to amuse me. Eh? Hey, Jenny, you paying the dues, right? Well, according and a theory that we that Dominic spoke about is that now the man will be entitled to a new vehicle, but let's see what vehicle he's going to buy, because as Dominic was saying, I sure he ain't going to buy no Almira or no Tina. He's going to take that money from the PSC and buy things. Jenny, before I'm allowed to just talk to Jenny. Jenny, what is going on with those are building apartments opposite Long Circular Mall that the PSC have there? I passed down there and I watched it. What I saw that happening there is like the ones close to the road, they sort of kind of get a flash ban and paint it. But when you look down in the back, you can actually see apartments rotting, you know. You know how much money going to cost the next PSA president when they come in there to refurbish those things and have it things so they can sell it? They may eventually have to sell it on a fire sale because the next president come in there, we're going to get money to fix something from. And then again, public officers supposed to be, speaking out. Guys, where all their money going, burn. And some of them public officers need houses. Jenny, I feel your pain. Every time you talk, I feel your pain, boy. Thank you.
Paula, good morning.
Yes, it's me again.
Yes.
Why that man have to come after Jenny? Man, what make all that start a routine and somebody? Leave Jenny, let Jenny do what she have to do. We're coming in to attack Jenny. Woman standing up for woman now, you know. You're out of place to come to tell them people how to be careful. You better be careful or you're going to stay getting blown. Lips forward and not coming back.
So guys, the daily word for today is world peace. I am creating a peaceful world. Everything I think, say, and do helps bring about peace in the world. The sacred responsibility I feel toward all people encourages a. See this audio thing this morning, Dominic. Yeah, you hear me, Dominic? Yeah, good. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Yes. The sacred responsibility I feel toward all people encourages me to make my words and actions positive and uplifting. As I focus on day-to-day life, I may lose sight of my ability to truly contribute to world peace. After all, I am just one person. How can I possibly affect the entire planet? Yet I know the power of cultivating and consciousness of peace and how many other people it can touch. My words and actions create a ripple effect that reaches far beyond me. To that end, I bring a peaceful bearing to every area of my life. I have the power to change the world for a better by being an expression of God's peace and serenity. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Numbers 6:26. So guys, that's all the time we have for today. It was a pleasure being in your company. It was a pleasure having you in ours. I'll be back here tomorrow. Please go out with Miss Sharon Felix. So guys, keep it locked to the Street 919 FM as we continue our broadcasting through the day. So Dominic, as we say, my friend.
Ciao.
Long time when I sing together. Wait. Come in, my brother, come in. Market. All right. Let's say something to the world. That you're around. See ya. Might not show it. Can't find words to say. Try to say I love you, but I get tempted. See ya. I stop to piece of words. Saying it everywhere. I wish you would stay longer. Just a little bit longer. Right up my life like this bird. To make me stronger. I wish you would stay longer. Come on. But just like magic. Well, woman, just a little more time. Would you say you love me? Well, I want you back to love me like make it listen right. Little more time. Would you say you love me? You know me like tell her. Cause I'm a nice and decent, well brown, some girl. Be the window to my castle. They mix it to my world. Trying to know my life, cause you know shine. Coming on me like one take full gun singing. Oh, you wish you would so love her. Right up my life. Like this new world. See ya. I wish you would so longer. Oh, just like magic, she was gone. It brings sorrow to me at times, and it's to me back. She may for me go down to the way some shit. Mash up the yard and shit, mash up the base and shit. Step up the pattern and move up the fence. So much things to say I want, tell it to her face. Can't find the word to fit that perfect space. Every sign, oh, you can relate. So many girls find out out of the gate. Some of them are rushing cause stuff can't wait. Mr. Barsamon, I wish you would stay longer. Just a little bit longer. Right up my life. Just like Disney World. I wish you would stay longer. Oh, wisdom, that's just like magic. You were gone. Yeah, sing it. You were gone. You were gone. I wish. Ooh, na 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 na. Now hear this. It's a joy. Bring it up. We've never been taught to unite. Now we've been taught to social distance. Further dividing us. But it won't work because we can live without the people. And they cannot live without the music. And we are the music, and it's all a part of you out there.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
Yes, we cooking with gas with Maggie and Carnation. Win 6 months free cooking gas. Just purchase $25 in Maggie and Carnation products for chances to win. 50 winners get free cooking gas refills from Ramco for 6 months. Purchase must include Maggie green seasoning or Maggie pepper sauce. Enter via entry boxes or online. So turn up the heat, add the taste and flavor and win 6 months free cooking gas with Maggie and Carnation. Follow Maggie Caribbean and Carnation Caribbean on Facebook and Instagram for details and entry form.
Playing together, liming together, sharing together. Those moments will be ours again. At First Citizens, we believe that together we can get through these challenging times. Now, we are making it easier for you to get a loan that will help ease your burden. You can ask for longer repayment terms or consolidate your current loan payments into one affordable monthly installment. It's all meant to make it easier on you. Let us start the conversation today. Visit our website or email us at loans@firstcitizenstt.com. We're in this together. First Citizens, we put you first.
Me and my wife end up in a big fight. Who have the best prices this Christmas season? Christmas season.